Let's see if that works. What a fuck show it's been. It took me forever to get out here, forever to set up. And then when I finally first got set up, my freaking braid snapped. On the very first cast, I freaking chunked out a piece of mackerel, big ass, like that big chunk of mackerel. And my braid snapped like mid cast. I guess I had a bad spot in my braid. So the rod over here, this one right here, has a mackerel head, and this one right here just has a little worm on a float. So we'll see what happens. I got 4 different kinds of bait with me, so we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully something pops off pretty quick, but I just got it was a pain in the ass getting out of the house and getting everything here this morning, and it's just like everything was against me. And then the spot that I wanted to go actually had people in it, so I couldn't go sit over there. But you know, I'm here, I'm fishing, I got bait in the water. I actually got to move my other bait because it's floating into my other line. Oh, son of a bitch, don't even fucking tell me. Now I'm fucking snagged up. If I lost that hook, I'm gonna be pissed. No, I just lost the. Alright, cool. This just ain't working out how I wanted it to today. Oh, shit. Today is not my day so far. My one spot was already taken. Rigging up's been a pain in the ass. Fucking everything's against me today. It's like it just doesn't want to cooperate today. But that just means I gotta work harder for it. I gotta re-rig this rod, rebait it. I'm having nothing but problems today, guys. Bear with me a minute. Oh, come on. Get the hell on that line. I can't even get a split shot to clip on the line right now. All right, there it goes. Finally got that clipped on. Now let me see if I can get a bait to stay on that hook, and then we're good. Get on there, you little son bitch. Alright. Got a bait to stay on the hook. Now let's see if I can actually make it fucking catch something. I should have brought the boat. I just didn't feel like fucking with it today. Alright, there we go. 2 baits in the water. I can't get that one bait out as far as I want to, but there's no weight whatsoever on it. But we'll see what happens. Ah, shit. I think what I need to do is I got the one. I don't usually fish with night crawlers ever, so I got the one on the rod that's kind of leaning down. I just got a little float with a small little worm hook with a night crawler on it, so I really can't cast it out that far. But the big rod, this one here, that's got a mackerel head on it, and that thing's out there pretty good. So we'll see what happens. This float just keeps coming. It's floating into me. I need to add some weight. All right, now that I can kind of see chat, who's here? Josie, what's up? Everybody else? Caden? Ivan? Christian? Dirt Bike, hey, thanks y'all for being here. Appreciate it. If you already haven't hit that like and subscribe, hit that up. Trying to get the channel built up. I'm not one to usually ask for likes, but it helps the algorithm out. So the more we can help the algorithm, the better. I think I need to re-rig this little worm rod that I got. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I might just cheat it and I don't know, drop shot or something. I'll let it do its thing for a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to stop floating back in though, because it just keeps floating in. I want it to float out. I already lost my worm. All right, lost the worm on that. So what I'm gonna do is redo this whole rig. I'm gonna redo the whole damn thing. I'll add some weight. Actually, I could probably just add a split shot, see if that works. I can already tell today's going to be one of those days. All right. All right, now I got 3 split shot on that rig. Hopefully, something will work out here for me. Like I said, I normally don't fish night crawlers ever, but we'll try it and see what happens. Now I got some weight on there. I might be able to cast this thing a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now it's out there. I mean, it's not out there very far, but it's out there better than it was. All right, I gotta run up to the car real quick and grab a drink. If any of those rods go off, freaking grab it and reel it in for me. I'll be right back. All right, I think now I'm set. How's that view? Is that view all right, guys? David, I'm fishing for wherever the hell wants to bite right now. Bass bite here has been really, really slow. I was catching some good 5 to 8 pound bass a couple weeks ago, but all of a sudden it just the bite just completely shut off here on this lake. So I got The rod kind of laying down right there has a night crawler, and then the other rod that's standing up, that's got a mackerel head on it. So we'll see what happens, but I'm shore fishing today. I didn't even feel like bringing the boat. I wanted to bring the boat, but it's a pain in the ass right now to launch because the water's so low that I got to back the truck actually into the water right now to even get the boat to start floating. So by the time the boat starts to float off the trailer, the back door of my truck is like a foot over the water line. So it's a complete pain in the ass. It's almost not worth it. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm here, I'm fishing, got my monster drink in my hand, and got all y'all to hang out with. So hit that like button, guys. Let's try to get this pushed out into the algorithm a little more. The more likes and the more comments and all that shit, the more it pushes the stream out. I'm trying to get up to, my goal for this week is 500. I'm sitting at like 450 something on the subscriber count. I'm trying to get it up to 5 for the week. And then after that, we'll set a new goal. I'm drinking the sugar-free ones, the zero sugar. This one is way better than the OG green Monster. Plus, you know, diabetes, can't have all that sugar. I mean, I can. It just, you know, it just fucks with me a little more. All right, this thing is just not going where I want it. I got to cast it in a different direction. It's floating back over my main cat line. Yep, yeah, I got my, oh no, it's under it. Yeah. Oh, shit. Son of a bitch. This rig is just not working out for me today. I'm tempted to just switch this up to a Carolina rig. I'll give this one more cast, and then I'm switching it to a Carolina rig. Because this ain't working out. This is not doing what I hoped. Having one of those days. All right. Last cast on this rig, then it's time to swap it out and change it up. I don't even care what I catch on that. Just as long as I'm going to catch something on that rig. It's hotter than shit out here too. Yeah, Josie, she hit the number. So tomorrow we'll be doing a split where I didn't realize until today that tomorrow's the 4th. So the bay and the beach and all that's going to be a total fucking zoo. So we're going to have to get there super early and get a spot. But we're going to try to fish the jetty closer to the channel mouth. That way we can, we got a whole lot more species of fish that'll be cruising through. So, OGJ, what's happening, brother? God, this camera's like barely balanced here. I don't got enough spots here to actually use the tripod, so it's kind of not working out too well for me. I'm seriously ready to throw a Carolina rig on that other rod. The bobber's just kind of floating off into the current over to my other rod. There's a little bass. So let me give you guys a little view of where I'm at. This is like, there's not really much access at this lake. But in the edge of this little tree right here, there's a bass that keeps snipping shit off the top of the water. But this is what I got to deal with. And right out in front of the rocks, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's all trees and shit right there hanging up. So Holden Fishing, what's up, brother? Yeah, hit that like and subscribe, guys. Help me boost up the channel up to, I'm trying to at least hit 500 subs this week. That's my goal. If I hit it or not, who knows? That's not up to me. That's up to you guys. I really need somewhere better for this tripod, but let's see if this will stay there. Nah. God damn. That's about the best I think it's going to get. That's about the best it'll get. So that rod right here, this one right here that's got the night crawler on a float, I cast that about just beyond that bush I was showing you guys, and it's already about to cross over my other line. That's how quick it's moving around in the current here. And it's a lake, so there shouldn't be much current, but there's a little bit of wind on it, so it's pushing the water around. Problem is, every time it hits over that direction, it gets wrapped in these trees in front of me, and I lose my shit. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to, last chance on that thing, I'm going to try to throw it over in front of this bush and see if that little bass will bite that night crawler that's over there. Shit, damn it. Oh, this really sucks. What a fuck show. Tripod fell. One popped out of the tripod. Today's just one of those days where fucking want to kick somebody in the head. Alright. Let's see if this will stay now. Let's see if that'll stay there for a minute. Oh, yeah. There we go. Alright, let's get this lift up. This shit ain't working. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. Hold on. Let me get this shit fixed. that's tight. Oh shit, guys, I was muted. Thanks. I don't know what the hell happened there. I'm having one of those days. But now everything's set. Baits are in. Now it's just a game of hurry up and wait and see what happens. I don't know how I muted that. How long was I muted for? Oh, come on. So I got a whole bunch of baits with me, and if one's not working, I'll switch out. But so far right now, I got the rod kind of laying down. This one right here has a night crawler on a drop shot. My big rod there has a mackerel head on a Carolina rig. And then in my little bait cooler, I got more mackerel, obviously more night crawlers. I got squid, I got shrimp, and then I got bread balls. So I got options. But I forgot my net, so landing anything big is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, I can just horse it onto the shore over here if I have to. But the way it's going so far, I don't really see myself catching anything big. Actually, I don't see myself catching anything, period. The water's clearing up, though. I was out last week here in the boat, and the water was just, you couldn't even see an inch into the water. So today I decided that I didn't want to deal with the boat today. Plus, yeah, if I bring the boat, my dad's going to want to go, and that's kind of, it's hard to fish with him because he doesn't pay attention to what he's doing. So he loses more of my gear than fish that he catches. Like, I spooled up. I sat there one day. Oh, we're getting hit. We're getting hit. We got a fish. Ah, took me into a snag. God damn it. There it is. Wrapped me into a fucking tree. All right, so the night crawler got hit. I lost it, but it got hit. So that's a good sign. Oh, get off the fucking. There we go. All right, try this one more time. Yeah, so what I was starting to say was, I spooled all the reels one day, just everything. Hey, Drama, what's up? Tricky Ricky, what's happening, brother? I spooled all my reels and my dad's reel the same day. I spent like 3 hours spooling up reels with brand new line. Everything's got 30-pound braid on all the freshwater rods. Put 150 yards of line on every single reel. That was like a month ago. My dad's reel already needs to be respooled because he has caught the boat and the trees and the rocks and the bimini top. He even once caught my tackle bag. He caught the seat on the boat. But he's caught and lost so much freaking line in a month that he's gone through 150 yards of braid. So that's another reason I didn't really want to bring him out on the boat today. I didn't feel like spooling the reel back up and dealing with all that. Hell yeah, Tricky, I'm glad you're here, man. It's good to see everybody. I ain't catching shit. Spawn is supposed to be pretty much done for catfish here, but we'll see. My big rod, that's this one over here, that one has a mackerel head on it. This one I just have a night crawler and a drop shot, basically. See if maybe I can catch like some fresh live bait. But I got mackerel, I got night crawlers, I got squid, I got shrimp. In worst case scenario, I got a loaf of bread. Then I got some, I got all my bass gear with me too, but I told myself I wasn't going to bass fish. If I catch a bass today, it's basically just an accidental byproduct catch. But we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't mind catching a bass. I am after the lake record bass in this lake. But like I said, the water quality is just shit lately. They turned on the aerator and oxygenated the lake to all hell, which is good in the end, but that stirs up the algae. So the visibility just went to absolute shit here. 3 weeks ago, the visibility was like 3-4 feet. And last week when I came out on the boat, the visibility was inches. When I say inches, I mean like 1 to 2. Right now, there's maybe let's say 4-inch visibility in the lake. So it's starting to clear up, but it just really killed off the bass for a minute. Walleye, yeah, I wish we had walleye here. Walleye, pike, and muskie, man, those are on my bucket list because we don't have them here. So, I have no choice but to travel to catch those. And my next travel spot that I'm going to go fish is Lake Havasu in Arizona. We were up there in April, and on the way there, our anniversary is 420, so we went up there for our anniversary and spent a week up at Lake Havasu, and didn't realize it when we booked the trip, But a buddy of mine, good buddy of mine, I've known the guy for shit 35, 40 years. Um, he's actually a kayak fisherman. He does the Bassmasters kayak tournaments. Um, Sponsored, whole nine yards. Pretty much just pro bass fisherman. But he had moved, and I didn't know. He just kind of under the radar picked up and bailed out. Um, he moved to Lake Havasu, and I didn't know about it. And I talked to him a couple weeks before I went up there, and I was talking about the trip and all that. And he's like, "Dude, when you get here, hit me up." And I'm like, "What do you mean when you get here?" And that's what he told me. Yeah, we moved. They hadn't even fully moved in yet. They were still living in an Airbnb while their escrow closed on their house when I got there. But ended up hanging out with him. Anyway, moral of the story, on the way up there to Lake Havasu, the wife kept telling me that she had absolutely zero interest in fishing. It was, and she'd been fishing with me once before, like, I don't know, 8, 10 years ago. And, she caught a little bass and, it was cool, but, she was over it at that point. So we get to Havasu and we're fishing Havasu. I made her get her fishing license and the whole 9 yards, just to have it. Because basically my deal was I wanted 4 rods in the water. So I made her get her license so I could have basically, the extra 2 rods, and just game warden shows up. Those are hers. She got a license. But she ended up catching like 8 or 10 striper and a pretty good flathead. And after that, she was hooked. On the way home, she's like, okay, I want my own rod and reel. I want my own gear. I want everything. So now, every week, she works a 4-10 schedule. And her first day off right now is Friday. So every Friday, she wants to go fish, which is pretty freaking cool. So tomorrow, her and I will be down at the bay doing a live stream from the bay all day, both of us fishing. We'll be doing a split live. So we'll have 2 different points of view at the same spot, which hopefully turns out pretty cool. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. It'll actually be her first ever YouTube live. I mean, she's been on my channel, when I'm live, but it'll actually be the first live with her channel incorporated. This rod just moved a little bit. It kind of tilted to the side a little. No action on the tip, so I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. Hopefully it gets something. I really want that big rod to hit because that's got a mackerel head on it. So, oh, there we go. I missed him. Oh, nope. Nope, I got it. He got me into that tree. God damn it. There's a tree right out there I keep snagging into. All right. Well. Pink. I don't know if it's the way the hook's tied to the line or what. I don't know if the drop shot's killing me or what it is. But I've got hit 3 times now on this rig and haven't actually been able to set the hook on anything. I'm almost wondering. Actually, I am going to change it up. I am going to swap it up. I'm going to cut all this off and I'm going to tie on a Carolina rig. I have confidence in the Carolina rig. I have confidence in the drop shot, just not with this bait. All right. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm retying over here again. I didn't bring any small leader line. The smallest leader line I got is 20 pounds. So I'm going to have to use some braid for my leader. But that's all right. It's all good. It all works the same. The water clarity here is so bad that I don't think it'll even matter, to be honest. I keep looking around for rattlesnakes because I'm in like prime snake territory right here. I'm over here in shorts and flip flops in freaking snake land. This is where I don't know if you guys were in the last live that I did here. Son of a bitch. But this is where I had that garter snake come rolling up on me. Like a 6-foot garter snake came cruising up. All right. All right, guys, bear with me. I'm retying here. Tie this up on a Carolina rig. And hopefully that'll help hook sets. Because I'm not getting the hook sets on the drop shot here. I'm getting bites. I'm just not getting hook sets. So maybe the Carolina will help. I think it might be time to go to the eye doctor. having issues like seeing the time or not. All right, there we go. This one, almost done here, guys. Almost. Tying on the hook. Maybe. There it is. This braid is not easy to tie onto these little hooks just because it's, you know, it's string basically, so you don't have that rigidity to get the line to cooperate with you. It's stronger than Lawn Over Fluoro. It's just with this small hook, it's harder to deal with. And unfortunately, I forgot my light leader line. Something just rolled right at the end of my freaking cat line there. All right, so now we got the Carolina rig tied up. Throw one more night crawler on there. And that should be good to go. Man, they get mad when you put a hook through their body. All right. There we go. Let me get this guy out there. All right. We're set up. Hopefully we'll get a fish now. I had 2 solid bites on that night crawler. I think the way the drop shot rig was up against the bait, I think it was not really helping me get hook sets. I'm really curious what's going on with that catfish bait because it's been out there a good hour and 20 minutes. What time is it? It's, I don't know, noon. 12:50. I should have been here like 6 hours ago. I just lagged this morning. Getting out the door is a bitch. Nothing cooperated with me this morning trying to get out the door. I opened up the garage door to load everything into the back of the Jeep because the truck's still hooked up to the boat. So I was like, screw it, I'll just take the Jeep. But I opened up the garage door and ran back in the house for a minute with the garage door wide open. And somehow, some way, the dogs decided that they wanted to go for a freaking roam in the neighborhood. So I had to go find the dogs because they bailed out. which they normally don't do. Normally, if like the front gate or the garage door or something's open and they can get out, they usually don't try to get out. But something today, they just decided to go roam, so I had to go find them, get them in the house. And then, like I said, I didn't really feel like bringing Dad out today, because I didn't feel like dealing with all the snags and the losing of gear and having to reline his rod and all that shit. So as I was trying to get ready, he came out. So I had to kind of, put everything on pause for a minute and make it look like I wasn't getting ready to go fish. But I'm here now. That's all that matters. I got out late, but I got out. Hey, Jackson, what's happening? Batshit crazy, what's up? Terry, what's going on, brother? Terry, you know where I'm at. You know this spot. I'm over off to the right-hand side of the boat dock, or the boat ramp, the launch ramp. I'm pretty sure all the people over here hitting the porta shitter and the launch ramp and all that are fucking tripping because they just hear my voice. They don't hear me talking to anybody else. They think I'm probably psycho down here talking to myself. But I'm good with that because that means they won't come down here and bug me. Hopefully something happens. So this big rod, this one right here, has a mackerel head on it. This one has a night crawler. This one's got hit 3 times. I missed the hook set all 3 times. I had her on a drop shot, so I think that had something to do with the hook set on a night crawler. So I just re-rigged and threw it back out with a Carolina. So we'll see what happens with the Carolina rig. Hopefully I get, something. I usually bass fish here. I'm on a mission to catch the lake record bass, but they turned on the aerators, and it really, really, really freaking pushed the algae to grow. So the water is like, it's cleared up a little bit since last week, but it's like 3 to 4 inches of visibility. So it's almost not even worth trying to bass fish here. Chatterbait or something like that, something big and loud would be the only real thing that would be worth throwing. So hopefully something happens. Oh shit, I gotta answer the call, guys. Hold on a quick second. The stream's gonna cut out, but I'll be right back. Guys, I don't know if you guys are still there or not, but while I was on the phone, I got hooked up. I got a fish on. Well, that's a water heifer. Y'all see that? That's got to be the lake record right there, huh? Lake record catfish right there. Oh. Come on, little guy. And away he goes. That thing was a beast. Damn it. I knew I should have re-rigged that bait before I threw it back. All right. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So where did that go? What's that way? Okay. All right. You know the baby cats are biting. Shit. What the fuck happened there? I'm gonna run out of night crawlers at this rate. Ah, not where I wanted that. All right. I'm in such a fucked up spot here to sit. All right, let's see if that gets another fish. Hey, Cindy, what's happening? I don't know if you were here just a second ago when I caught that massive beast of a 1/8 ounce catfish. I think like 12 more of those, I could have made a taco. This lake really is not conducive to shore fishing. I decided not to bring the boat out this morning, and yeah, fish is a fish. Skunk's off the bank, right? That's all that really matters. I should have brought the boat. I didn't want to deal with it. The water's low, so the ramp's a bitch to deal with. I would have had to bring Dad, which, you know, I didn't feel like dealing with that today. But now that I didn't bring it, I regret not bringing it. Plus, I would have had to stop and get gas for the boat. And, you know, I didn't feel, I'm like damn near empty on the fuel tank. And it's a 30-gallon tank. And gas is $6.99 at the nearest gas station between me and the lake. So, you know, I really didn't feel like putting $180 of fuel in the boat. Not today. I'll wait until I go down to the other lake, and I can hit the Indian Tribe gas station on the way down there, and they're at like $4.15. It's almost $3 cheaper. But it'd be worthless to go there, fill up the boat, and then come back here, because it's like 45, 50 miles round trip from the lake to the gas station. So Stelios, welcome. So I don't know if you guys were listening earlier when I was talking about it, but I spooled up all the freshwater rods with brand new braid about a month ago. I put 150 yards of 30-pound braid on all the freshwater rods, including my dad's. He's already down to the point where he's had so many snags. He's got so many sticks and trees and rocks and the boat motor and the prop and the bimini and the seat of the boat that he's had to cut so many times now that he's down to about 15 yards of line on that reel. And I really didn't feel like respooling that reel today with, 30-pound braid. I think what I'm going to end up doing is go to Walmart and buy him some cheap ass like Iserline mono and just fill him up with, I'll buy like a 500-yard spool. That's like $12-15 for the line. The braid that I use is like $30 a spool for the 30-pound. So it's not worth it to go through it that much. My big rod right here, this one over here, that's got 100-pound braid on it. I've had that same braid on that rod for like 5 years, and I'm down to about half a spool. So, and that's one of my tuna rods, actually. That's the one I throw my topwater baits on for tuna. Big old topwater poppers and irons, like topwater irons and all that. So 5 years worth of tuna fishing on that rod, and I'm still good on line. And that's the beauty of braid. Like, if you keep it, keep it out of the elements, then it actually lasts pretty long. If you let it sit in the sun, obviously it's going to deteriorate and die. But I keep a reel cover on that when it's in the house, in the garage, and keep the braid out of the sunlight and out of the elements, and it lasts quite a while. I do need to respool that one. I do have 1,000 yards of 100-pound braid sitting on the bench in the garage. It's just a matter of basically sitting down to do it, because that's a lot. I don't have the little machine to spool. That reel holds 300 yards of braid, so that's a lot of freaking turning the handle to re-spool that braid. Scooter, what's happening, brother? So if you guys haven't already hit that like button, double tap that for me. Oh, there we go. We're getting bit. If I get this bite, I'll show you guys what I'm having to deal with here to sit in here. I wonder if he robbed my bait. That rod tip bent a couple of times and then just stopped altogether. While we're waiting for that, let me show you guys what I'm dealing with here, where I'm sitting at. I'll step over so you guys can get the idea. But I'm going to post up right there. That's like the only shade on the whole lake, so that's where I'm having to post up. But I should have brought the boat. I really should have brought the boat. It's also a bitch to get the camera to stay where I want it here too. Nothing wants to cooperate over here. Let's see if I can get this wedged in here better. Yeah, no, this is a pain in the ass. All right, there we go. All right, Yana, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here. That's actually a little better view of the rods, I think. I'm pretty sure this one right here, I'm pretty sure my bait got robbed. I'll give it a second, and then I'll do a bait check, because I only got one thing of night crawlers, and I'm already used like 6 out of 15. And I really don't feel like going back up to the store to buy more. Come on, fishes, fishes, fishes. This is, let me see if I can extend this up and have it stay. All right, that's about as good as we'll get. But this is a pretty badass view for San Diego. You know, it's no Tennessee views, but, you know, it's San Diego, so it's a decent view. There's a lot better views on this lake, but you need a boat to get there. It's actually not that hot today, too. It's only like 95 here right now. So that's kind of good. I'm pretty sure I lost my bait on this rod right here. There's a little bass that keeps popping out of this tree over here in the water. I kind of want to go after him, but I might save him for next time I bring the boat out. So those hills in the background, that's where I'm going to deer hunt this year. So there's a little spot, there's a little sliver of land that comes just about up to the edge of the lake. That's national forest land, so I can actually hunt that. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch the deer on the way in and out of the water. I'm not hunting the same spot I hunted last year, man. That place is a freaking circus. I actually had a dude last year No, it was the year before last. He was hunting muzzleloader, which muzzleloader season out here is like the last couple weeks of December, second and third week of December, I think. This freaking dude strapped his trail camera to my tree stand ladder, like my tree sticks. I have like the individual tree sticks, and he strapped his freaking trail camera to my tree sticks, and then told me he didn't realize there was a tree stand in that tree. Like, how do you not see the sticks that you're fucking strapping your camera to, you idiot? So he ended up moving his camera, and what he did was moved about 60 yards down the trail from where I was at and started posting up there. So he basically cut the deer off that were coming towards my tree stand. So I had been chasing a certain deer all year long, and I got his patterns and his habits and all that down. I knew exactly when he was supposed to be coming through next. And lo and behold, that son of a bitch muzzle loader shot that deer. Problem was, he shot it before legal shooting hours, like 40 minutes before legal shooting hours. It was still pretty much dark outside when he shot that deer. And I just happened to have cell service at the point in time. I also had the cell phone number of the local game warden, and they were waiting for the dude in the parking lot when he came out with that deer. Haven't seen him since, but I thought that was a total dick move. You know, you set up right down the way from somebody, you know that they're hunting that area, and I mean, yeah, it's public land and all that, but there's also a thing called, you know, respect. So I figured once he did that, once he shot that deer before legal shoot, you know, that was the last straw for me. I don't condone that shit one bit. If you're gonna be out and hunt, whatever, that's like more power to you. But if you're gonna do shit like that, like, you know, spot jumping like that dude did, and then shooting before legal shoot, that in my book just pisses me off, because all that does is make the rest of us look bad. There's no reason for that, you know. All right, I'm pretty sure I lost that bait, so I guess I should do a bait check, huh? Let me get up and do that. I knew that was sitting out there with no bait. Ah, shit. And with the camera again. God damn it. Oh. And it landed on the rock just right to break my screen. Thank God for the screensaver, right? I gotta get a better tripod. This one's just not wanting to cooperate here in the rocks. Problem is, to get one that's gonna work, I think I'm gonna have to invent it. All right. Yeah, this ain't gonna work right there. That sucks. See if I can get that to stay. If I can get it to stay right there, I think we'll be all good. I just don't know how well it's going to stay right there. I don't know how well I'm going to stay right here. It's just not a comfortable spot to fish. All right. All right. Got another bait on. And let's get him out there. All right, while I'm up here, I might as well do a bait check on that other rod. Doesn't feel like it's there. Oh, it's there. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's my other bait. All right. All right. See what we can get rolling here now. This rod, I think, is snagged up in a tree already. Which I'm almost positive it is. Yeah, it is. Unless that's a big ass fish on it. That might be a fish. Oh. Caught a tree fish. Those are predominant in this lake. All right. Let's get this back out there and set. This is just not an easy piece of shoreline to fish. All right, let's see what happens. I want something on that left rod. That left rod's got the big bait on it. Whatever grabs that's going to be good size. See if I can stand this rod up. There we go. That's already in a tree again. Yep. There's so many snags and hookups and shit down in the bottom of this lake. It's incredible. I can see by how bent that rod tip is. It's already in a freaking tree. Oh, maybe not. All right. All right, there we go. Oh, don't blow into the weeds. I don't think I have enough weight on here to get that line to stay set without pulling it in a little bit. I'm gonna run up and grab my water, guys. If one of these rods goes off, grab it for me. Sorry, guys. Had another little Barbie. What's happening? Nobody's been timed out. Not that I know of. I just went up to grab my water from the Jeep, and damn rattlesnake in the trail again. Seems like every time I wear flip-flops, there's freaking rattlesnakes on the trails. It's getting hot out here. It's too hot to be alive outside. A couple guys up there with their boat were saying that they caught a couple little tiny bass, but that was it. So I think the algae bloom that the aerators created really has everything on the, they're all on like, hibernate mode. But I got a huge bait on that other rod, so if something does hit that, that'll be a lake record, which is what I'm going for. I want the lake record bass, cat, and carp out of this lake before I move on to another lake. So my goal, the lake record bass here, that record stood for like 15 years, but it's 19.4 pounds, I think it is. So, and they actually killed that fish. The idiot that caught it killed it. And he had it mounted. But I figure if there's one, there's two or 10. So I'm getting to know this lake really well to the point where I don't even really use the fish finder much here anymore. I just kind of use it for, I use the side scan and the down scan more than anything, just to find structure. And then, obviously the water temperature and depth, but I'm starting to figure this lake out pretty well. Catfishing, not so much. This is only like the second or third time I've actually thrown a cat rod in this lake. But, I got all my bass gear with me. I just don't know whether I want to throw it or not from the shore. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Plus, I told myself I was going to go for cat and carp today, so that's exactly what I'm going to stick with. Stick to my guns on that one. So far, I've got one catfish, about, I don't know, 1/8 of a pound. I haven't even seen carp rolling. And I know they're done spawning because they were going crazy here a few weeks ago. Every bush and every tree had 10 or 20 carp spawning on it. But we'll see what happens. Tap that thumbs up, guys. I got a goal to hit 50 likes today, and I want to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the week, Sunday. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're at like, last I looked, it was like 550, or I'm sorry, 450. So we're almost to the goal. I'm just really hoping something good hits one of these lines. I'm sure I could toss this night crawler over by this tree and rip that bass out of there, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'll save the bass for when I'm on the boat. I'd usually do really well here on bass, but since that water's so nasty lately, it's been hard to catch them. You need really, really, really loud, obnoxious baits. You know, whopper plopper would do good right now, but no, nobody's hidden. I haven't timed anybody out or hidden anybody, so if it appeared that way, it might have just been a glitch on your side, but so far nobody's got timed out or hidden. And if they do, you know, I'll unhide them. If somebody notices that somebody gets hidden by one of the mods, then let me know. And oh, there we go. Oh, we got a bite. Something just hit that. There we go. You guys see that? This is getting hit. Might have just robbed my bait. 2 little hits and then gone. And it was tiny, so it was another one of those little baby cats. Yep, there it is. There it is. Oh, I lost it. I didn't get him. I missed the hook set on that. All right. Oh no, bait's still there, so he didn't fully commit. He definitely hit it. I'll ball that bait up a little more so that whatever does take it takes the whole bait. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see what happens now. Let that bait settle a second and see if I can get this line tighter. There we go. That's on a Carolina rig, so that bait's kind of floating around and the weight's on the bottom, so hopefully hopefully something smacks it again. All right. I really should have brought the boat. I would have been 100 times more comfortable on the boat. I should have brought more water too. That's all I brought for water today. Just that one bottle. I got a few more in the Jeep, but I don't know if they're that cold. They're pretty hot by now, I'd assume. But I really don't know how long I'm going to stay out here today. You know, I've been here about 2.5 hours. Huh. You guys see that fish jump right out there? I'm almost considering throwing on a topwater bait for bass. I got all my bass gear with me, but come on, fishes. Come on, fishes. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Let's see if we can hit 30 at least. I know there's only 4 of you watching, but oh, that big rod just got nipped. Something's down there fucking with it. If something hits that bait, it's going to be big. Because that's a big bait that's on there. So if something yanks on that, it's going to be a big fish. I'm really hoping that I'm really wanting that lake record catfish out of here. Tropico, what's happening? Good. Everything good? Come on, something tapped that big rod. It might have just been something running into the line, but if something actually snags that bait, it'll be a big catfish because that's got a whole mackerel head on it. Hopefully something grabs it, because if it does, whatever grabs that's going to be a big fish, guaranteed. Guaranteed. It got hit once. It got a little tap one time. Oh, nice. Florida. I need to go fish Florida. I need to go fish the Keys. I think next year I'll probably head out there and hit up Florida. All right. Well, that's actually a little more comfortable. Sweet. My ass is starting to hurt from sitting on these rocks. Should have brought the boat. Absolutely should have brought the boat. I almost did the rental boat thing. I don't think it'd be worth it though. Plus, it's $50 to rent a boat. It's $10 to launch my boat. So there's a big difference there. I just want something to freaking hurry up and hit. I mean, I did get the one, 1/8 of a pound freaking catfish. He might have been 4 ounces tops, maybe 5. So I don't know why you got timed out or how or what, dude. I didn't do it. It had to be one of the mods. I have no idea. Actually, let me scroll back through chat and see if I find who timed you out and when and why. Give me a minute here. I don't see it. I don't see anything. I don't know, man. That's weird. That's actually really weird. Let me look at your channel activity and see if... Oh, it doesn't even show no timeouts, no deleted messages, nothing on this end. So I don't know what happened, but here we're gonna do this. That way, now nobody can time you out. Who else is here that deserves that? Barbie's been here. All right. Yeah, nobody can time me out now but me. Well, Mrs. SoCal, because she's a manager. She can time out anybody, but it's been a shit day out here. It's I got one little catfish, probably 1/16 of a pound tops. I'm gonna try moving this. Maybe setting it up over here. Nope. There's just no good spots for the camera here. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can build it up with the rocks. That ain't gonna work either. All right, as long as I don't freaking mess with it, that should be good. Yeah, I don't bank fishing once in a while. That's like the lake is getting so it's getting hard to launch the boat. And with the water quality the way it is lately, it's kind of not worth it until the water clears up because there's like 4 inches visibility in the water. I really need something to hit one of these rods. I have the patience of a fucking hyperactive dog, so letting these soak as long as they have is killing my soul. That's why I fish bass mostly. I like, cast and retrieve and cast and retrieve again. And catfishing and carp and all that takes patience. BB, hey, welcome in, brother. Glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We're catfishing, but we ain't catching shit. So far, I've got one little catfish that was I don't know, not even a quarter pound. I got my big rod, the one over here. They're kind of crossed up in the way the video looks, but the bigger one, leaning up on the rocks over here, this one right here, that's got a whole mackerel head on it. And the other one right now has just got a night crawler. Seeing what'll bite that. I've got the night crawler's got me one little catfish. It was seriously, it was that big, like maybe 6 inches long. Like he was born last month, I think. I think that was his first solid meal. But this spot's really hard to bank fish. There's not a lot of oh, there we go. Oh, I missed him. God damn it. That was the best takedown of the day, and I missed it. this is a pain in the ass to navigate through this freaking rock. The problem is, like, this spot that I'm in right now is the only shaded spot on the lake. I really should have brought the boat. All right. Got the bait back on there. Let's get this thing back out there. I'm gonna bust my ass one of these times to move it up and down the rocks. All right. Let's see what happens with that one. It's hard to see chat with the glare on the screen. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, I'm wearing flip-flops out here. It's about 104 degrees right now. So it's hot. If this wasn't a no water contact lake, my ass would have jumped in a long time ago. And the hills you guys see out in the back, that's where I'm deer hunting. I don't know if I'm going to fuck up my camera placement. I don't know if I can zoom in or not. But you see that little dip right there between the rods? Actually, on the back side of that, right up in here, up where all the rocks are up on the hill, I'll be hunting that. And then that dip way back there. I don't know if I can zoom in enough or not. But way back there, you can almost kind of see that tree line back there. Back there, that's where National Forest land comes up like 60 yards from the lake. So I'm gonna hit that area too. Goddamn camera, every time I zoom it in, it don't zoom all the way back out. It like tries to zoom back in when it's out. There we go. Hoping that come deer season, I'll be able to get out to that little spot back there and get some decent deer out of there. Because if I can get back there and do it right, I should be able to tag out. Yeah, I had the camera set and then I fucked with it. Now I don't want to go back. we go. That might be about the best it'll get. If I can get it to stay there. I literally have it wedged in with rocks because my tripod just won't work here. Yeah, most of the lakes here are no water contact. There's only, I think there's one or two in San Diego County that you can actually like water ski in. This year, I wouldn't eat them. I don't eat fish though, so I wouldn't eat the fish out of these lakes. I mean, the water, you know, for the most part is pretty clean, minus the algae bloom going on right now. But I don't eat fish, so. I can't tell if that's the wind or if something's dicking with that rod again. That one closest to the camera. I think it's just the wind. That other rod, man, if something hits that, it's going to be a big fish because I got a whole mackerel head on there. I got bread. I might throw bread for the carp in a little bit here. I also got all my bass gear with me, so I could always go hit up the bass. But the bass bite's kind of slowed down a lot since they turned on the aerator and it churned up all the algae. I was talking to a couple guys a little bit ago up here at the boat launch, and they said they only caught a couple of really small ones, and they caught them by the dam, which I never usually fish down by the dam. I always fish, you know, out that side of the lake, and I do really well. There's the spot. I don't want to move the camera again. So right out, you kind of see this little dip right here, right there. There's a little cove back there. It's got a bunch of rocks and stuff. And I caught 7.86 pound bass a couple weeks ago out of there. And then after that, it just, the whole freaking bass bite died off because they turned on that aerator and it just churned up all the sediment and all the algae started to bloom. So the visibility just went to shit in this lake. But, you know, yeah, well, we haven't had a fish kill because of the algae. But what happened was all the shit in the lake got stirred up. So the visibility went down, and you need big, loud, obnoxious baits to get the bass to react. You know, the catfish, they don't care. They hunt by scent. So it's clearing up. The water's cleared up a little bit in the last week. So I'll get back out here on the boat probably next week. Din, what's happening, brother? I really need this camera to set up better. No, this ain't gonna work the way I want it to. I'll just hold it for now. Problem is holding it though, I'll have to drop it when I get a fish. Oh, there you go. Plant, yeah. Plant a bunch of stuff that'll eat up the nitrogen before it flows into the water. That'd be a good idea. See, I want to be able to set the camera up over here, but then I can't see the chat whatsoever because of the glare. And that's just boring for you guys. I just need to get a better tripod that I can like use in the rocks. Hey, fat cat, what's happening? My chat keeps freezing, so I gotta, like, every once in a while, I gotta scroll it. Let me see if I can get this damn camera set good. I'm gonna set it back down here for a minute. See if I can get it to cooperate a little bit for a second. And then, if I can get it to stay there for a second, I can collect a couple more rocks to kind of help me. Yeah, see, it ain't gonna stay. That ain't gonna stay there. I need a way better setup. I just don't feel like buying a setup. What I need to do is start pinning the Cash App. All right, that right hand rod should have got bit by now. The other one, I don't know what's going on with that. I think that bait might be too big for the catfish that are in here. I mean, that is a big bait on there for this lake. I might be getting greedy with that bait. But if I want to catch a lake record, I got to get greedy, right? Can't catch a lake record on small baits. I mean, you probably could, but it'd be a Hail Mary shot. Come on, fishes. Yeah, exactly. Big bait equals big fish. But I asked the guy at the office today. They don't have anything posted for the lake records except for bass on this lake. And nobody up in the little office here seemed to know what the lake record catfish was. So technically, I think if I catch anything over 10, 12 pounds, I'm going to call them, have them come down. They got a scale over here at the dock for the rental boats. I'll throw a 10-pound fish on that fucking scale and claim the lake record on that. And then when I beat it, you know, I'll have double credit for. Oh, something just bumped that rod. Something's messing with that big bait rod. If that rod gets taken down, that's going to be a big fish. That will be the lake record because they don't have one, so I'll make one. There is no current. I'm fishing a lake, so the only current really in this lake is just the current from the wind. So You know, it's not like when you guys are watching BB fish and his rods are just bouncing like crazy. You know, he's in heavy current, so I'm in like zero current. I'm in lake current. So if those rods move, it's definitely fish. And I got like a big number 8 circle hook on a mackerel head on that one rod. So whatever hits that's gonna be big. And we don't have turtles here, so I'm not worried about the turtles. It just got tapped though. There's a bunch of cormorant starting to land over here. And I don't know how much you guys know about cormorant, but they are one of the best fish catching birds in the world. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to get my my sub count up to 500 by the end of the week. I'm almost there. I'm at like 450 something. So, and then tomorrow, the wife and I are going to go do some saltwater fishing down in the bay. And she's already got, within a week, she made it up to her 50 subscribers. So we're going to be doing the split screen live. So we'll have 2 different points of view at the same spot. But kind of what I'm thinking is one camera is going to be focused solely on the rods. And we'll use the other camera to run the live with, basically. So that'll be a cool live tomorrow. And then we're going to set up somewhere, hopefully, depending on crowds. They do a huge fireworks show off of a barge in the San Diego Bay. So I might go over the bridge over into Coronado so that we can get that whole scene in the backdrop at night. You know, we'll have the fireworks over the bay with, you know, downtown San Diego in the backdrop. I'm thinking that'd be a cool freaking looking video. So, but honestly, I kind of want to go out and fish the jetty, because the jetty mouth that opens into the bay goes straight to the ocean. So if I can go fish that jetty, I'm actually ocean fishing, which will give me a chance of, you know, yellowfin or yellowtail, shark, halibut, barracuda, all the different, you know, bass that we have, saltwater bass that we have, all kinds of shit. It opens up just a world of possibilities on what you can get. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be a game time decision on where we end up. Ideally, I'd like to end up over on the island facing back towards downtown, but I'm pretty sure that there's people already down there camping, setting up for tomorrow. Because, you know, San Diego, our homeless population is outrageous. So even though a lot of the parking lots at the beach and the bay and all that are closed from like 10 in the morning till 6 or 10 at night till 6 in the morning, they actually don't enforce the parking anymore because of all the homeless living, you know, beachfront property out of their freaking beat up Astro van. So it's hard to get parking down there even on a good day. I almost want to do a bait check, but I really don't want to move that bait or lose it. There is a very good chance of getting snagged up on rocks and sticks here and losing your shit, just reeling everything in to do a bait check. So anyway, what I was saying about the cormorant earlier, I kind of got sidetracked. They're one of the best birds in the world at fishing, and they can actually, you know, when they're swimming around the lake, they can actually, their vision is so good, they can see the fish down inside, you know, under the water. Like, I think it's like 60, 70 feet they can see down. And they'll dive down and chase fish. So a lot of times if you see them around, you won't catch anything because the fish are going to go into hiding. But a bunch of the Asian countries will train, they'll capture and train the cormorant, and they'll put a band around their neck so they can't fully swallow the fish, and they'll use the cormorant to go down and fish with. I gotta check this text message real quick, guys. It was from the wife, so the stream's gonna freeze for a second while I do that. But let me just check that, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I really need a better setup for this camera because this just doesn't do it. This just does not work out like it should. Like, I seriously got the tripod with the legs in wedged between a couple little rocks right now, and it's about the only spot that I can get it to stay. There we go. As long as I don't touch the phone, it'll be good. I need to get a better camera. Or not a better camera, but a better system for the camera. I got a bigger tripod in the Jeep, but it's too big for right here. It's like 6 feet tall, and the legs are like 2.5 feet, but there's nowhere here. I mean, you guys can see where I'm dealing with. There's nowhere here to set it properly. I think what I need to do is get one where I can like zip tie a freaking tent stake or something to it so I can stake it down. All right, I'm getting really impatient on this rod. I should do a bait check. I'm gonna bait check this right rod. I have a feeling there's nothing there. Oh no, there's bait. All right, there's a bait on there still. Hopefully resetting it will do something for me. I'm almost wondering if I should put a bigger weight on that. It's just got like a little 3/8, I think it is on there. The other rod's got a 2-ounce weight with a fucking catfish or a mackerel head on it, so that should be fine. That thing's staying put. What I really need to do is get the boat out here and set up one cat rod while I bass fish. I got the rod holders on the boat, so wouldn't be too bad to do that. I've just never been a cat fisherman, so I'm just getting into the cat fishing. This is like my, I don't know, probably second or third time actually targeting catfish. So we'll see what happens, but oh, that rod just got tapped again. There it goes. Something's, you guys see that rod back there? The big one getting tapped. If whatever hits that takes it, something's down there messing with it. If whatever hits that actually takes that, and that freaking rod gets taken down, it's going to be a big fish. Something's definitely messing with it, though. With my luck, it's a little freaking bluegill picking pieces of the bait off. Something's definitely picking at it, though. I'd love to see a big takedown on that rod, because if something takes that whole bait, it's going to be a big fish. Something definitely tapped it, though. It was a decent tap. I mean, that that's a fucking tuna rod, so for a fish in a lake to make that rod bend even a little bit, it's going to take some effort. Problem is I forgot my net, so it's going to be hard to land a fish right here. I got my lip gripper thing, so worst case scenario, I can get them up to the edge of the rocks and just grab them by the lip and get them out of the water, but I'd prefer to net it to get it out. Anthony, what's up? So far I've got one catfish, about 1/8 of a pound. I got something on this rod over here. This rod right there, the bigger one, has a mackerel head on it. And something just tapped it, so we'll see. And the other rod, the rod closest to the camera, has a night crawler, which I never fish with night crawlers, but I figured I'd try something different. I also have shrimp. What else do I got? I got shrimp, I got squid, and I got bread. So I can make bread balls if need be. So we'll see. Something will happen. Something will happen. That rod's got tapped a couple times, so something's been messing with it, but we'll see what comes out of it. So far, nothing's taken the full bait. But like I said, that's got a huge bait on that rod, so that's one of my tuna rods. So if something's going to take that down, it's going to be a big fish. And I want the lake record catfish here. Well, I want the lake record cat, carp, and bass. But for the bass, I'm going to have to get on the boat. And I kind of have an idea where that lake record might be hanging out in this lake. So if that's the case, I'm definitely going to have to hit out up on the boat. I just didn't feel like dragging the boat out today. Figure I'll shore fish. Plus, I got better control of the camera and I can actually see chat when I'm shore fishing. I can't see the chat whatsoever when I'm on the boat. So, I mean, even right now, it's hard to see everything with the glare on the camera. I'm just really hoping something hits that bigger rod. It's got tapped a few times, but nothing giant yet. No big takedowns. I've been here just about 3 hours. So it might be time to actually move that bait. I want to move spots, but there's very few spots on this lake to shore fish. There we go. Something just tapped this one. Fish on, took me into the sticks. Swim out of there, dude. Wrap me up in the freaking trees down there. Come on, swim out, stupid. You little slack, just swim out. Oh, you wrapped me up good in the tree. Yep, I'm gonna have to break it to get it. Oh, yep. Oh, cool, I got everything back. But bent my hook a little bit. I think I need to add a little bit of weight to this. I'm gonna re-rig this set, add some weight to it. Definitely bent my hook. It's alright, that's why they made pliers, to bend everything back, right? There we go. Now, let's see what side my weight on. There we go. Add some weight here. Ooh, those are hot. Alright. Alright, tying back up, guys. God, I had that drag all the way cranked down just to get it out of that stick up. bear with me a second. Let me get this all straightened out and tied on, then I'll deal with the camera. All right, here we go. Tied up. Now I just gotta grab a bait, throw a bait on there, and get doubled up on the weight. That way I can actually cast this thing out there a good bit. All right. Let me cast, and I'll deal with everything else. Oh, now the drag's super loose. There we go. All right. There you go. There's just no good placement for these rods. No, I haven't got nothing. Hey, everybody. Welcome, everybody that came in while I was dealing with all that bullshit. I got that one little cat, Josie. And I mean little. All right. If I could get the camera to stay right there, I'd be happy, but it just doesn't want to stay there. Yeah. Bail's expensive. Just remember that. My wife tells me that every time I want to beat the shit out of somebody. Because I live like way out in the middle of nowhere, so every time we got to go into town, people just piss me off. And wife keeps reminding me how expensive bail is. All right, at least if the camera will stay right there, we're going to be good. Let me wedge on that rock over here. It should stay now. So now this rod over here, this big one, that's got a full mackerel head on it. This one right here just has a night crawler. At least now I can see chat. It was really hard to see chat earlier. Oh, hold on, I gotta check this text message. Stream's gonna cut out for a second, but I'll be right back. All right. The wife keeps texting me, even though she knows I'm out here fishing. She knows I got the live stream going. She'll be out here tomorrow with me. Well, I don't know if we'll be here. We'll be at the bay tomorrow, most likely. Maybe out at the end of the jetty, fishing the ocean. My boat is just a little bit small to take out into the ocean. I could do it on a perfect calm day, but it's not tall enough. It's not a deep enough V hole. So any chop on the water is gonna be crazy. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute the camera here for a minute. I gotta go over here and fill the lake up a little more. All right. Lake level just came up about 2 feet. Man, I really need to get something to bite. I really need something to hit. This is getting ridiculous. I figured that night crawler would have got something going. We got a bunch of bites on the night crawler. We've only actually got one fish hooked. I mean, the skunk's off the bank, so that's a good thing. No skunk. But I'd rather have more than just a skunk. Yeah, I can't wait to do the split screen live tomorrow. That's going to be cool, I think. I really just hope it works out the way I think it could. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but we'll be fishing the exact same spot with 2 cameras on the same spot, but I think it might work out well because we'll be able to set one camera just straight on the rods, so there'll be a perfect view of the rods, and then the other camera will be for us, so we can I don't know how we'll do it yet. We'll play around with it a few different ways and see what works out the best. But it should be a good day. Should be a good, fun day of fishing. I got it narrowed down to a few spots where we're going to go. The big thing is that tomorrow's the 4th, so it's going to really dictate parking. Is where we're, that's going to dictate where we end up. So I mean, the bay and the beach, it's already, even just a regular freaking Tuesday afternoon, month, no special, nothing about it. It's already a bitch to find parking down at the beach in the bay because the homeless have taken over. So, a parking lot with like the place we were at last Friday, has like a good 100 parking spaces, but 85 of them are taken up by the homeless. So, parking's at a premium down there, which pisses me off because these assholes are down there. They got trash all over the place. It looks like a freaking, hoarder hut. They got the one dude's got like a 1981 Ford Astro van backed into a parking spot, but he's got the parking spot next to him just full of his crap. So, he's taking up 2 spots. There's motorhomes down there. There's, you name it. You name it. And then even on the beach and the bay itself is just trashed. Like there's, no bonfires, no alcohol, all that shit. You can't have a beer at the beach in San Diego. But you got these homeless pieces of shit down there. Trash in the bay. There's freaking beer bottles and beer cans all over the beach. They're sitting there drunk out of their freaking mind. But, if I were to go down there and, I dropped a freaking candy wrapper, I'm getting a ticket for littering. And, if I got a beer in my possession, I'm getting a ticket for having a beer. But these pieces of shit, they got beachfront property with no rules. Well, most of them don't want a job. There's an interview. So the local news did a story a few days ago about all the problems with the parking and all that down there because even like the people that live down there by the beach are pissed. Hey, what's up, Tristan? The people that live down there are getting sick of it. Like residential neighborhoods down by the beach, your parking's already pretty limited if you live down there. But these people are getting pissed because like motorhomes and minivans and trucks and U-Haul, like old piece of crap U-Haul trucks and all that are littering these neighborhoods to where the people that live there are having an issue parking their own vehicle because they've taken up all the parking. And a lot of the streets down by the beach are real narrow. So when when there's cars parked on both sides, one vehicle can fit through. So if you're coming, east and there's another car coming down that same street going west, you cannot pass each other. And it's creating a real big problem. But the city won't enforce it. But if I were to go park in front of like, Starbucks and I'm there for 3 days, I'm getting a ticket on my car because I'm not homeless. Like these guys, they're sitting down there with, their registrations expired like 5, 6, 7 years. My registration on the Jeep expired on the 1st of this month. And I'm sketched out driving around because the sticker hasn't showed up yet. So, it's all paid and stuff, but DMV takes forever and the sticker hasn't showed up in the mail yet. So I'm worried about getting pulled over. But these pieces of crap, they can have their registration from like 1980 and the freaking police department does nothing about it. Businesses, residential neighborhoods, all that down there. Whoa. God damn it. There we go. stuck in that goddamn tree down there again. Ah, I just lost everything, I think. Yep, lost my hook. Damn it. There's just so many snags in this lake. It's incredible. I gotta retie again. But yeah, what I was saying was like the problems got so bad down there at the beach that businesses are complaining because they're losing business because their customers can't park. Homeowners are pissed because they can't park in front of their own homes. Damn, I'm out of small hooks. There's like the smallest I got. No, that'll work. I gotta order more hooks. Oh, come on. There we go. This smaller diameter braid is so hard to work with. Having an issue getting this tied. Come on, baby, get through there. There we go. There we go. Wow, that was not easy. All right. Yeah, I broke. 30-pound braid. But there's a big, I mean, it's nothing but trees and sticks and snags and all that down there. It's really hard to not get snagged up in this lake. All right. Tied back up. Let's get this thing back out there. I didn't see my rod just fell. I wasn't even looking at it. Was that a takedown or was that just my rod just fell? Anybody see that? Come on. I want it in the tree. All right, I casted that out in a little different spot. You can't see that other rod in the camera now, though, but let me see if I can. Yeah, you can't even see that in the camera. Even if I move the camera, because it's in the tree right there. Let me deal with the camera, and then see if I can get it to stay where I want it to. And then I'll deal with the moving that rod. All right, there we go. There we go. Can we see both of those now? Now we can see them both, yeah. Okay. Problem is there's 4 feet off these rocks. There's a bunch of trees. So trying to get the line to not float into those trees is a pain in the ass. I should bait check that other rod, huh? Yeah, let me do that. Let me bait check this other rod. Oh, bait's still there. I'm gonna break my ass over here one of these times. All right. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, thanks, man. That came from winning the jackpot on one of the tuna boats. Ah, come on, fish. Come on, fish. Something's been eating on that mackerel head. I think it's a little bluegill or something down there. They picked out part of the meat. I really need a better setup for this camera. It's just not working out like I want where it's at. So this rod over here, this one has a night crawler on it. This one has the mackerel head. I think everything that bumped that was like bluegill or something eating the inside of that mackerel. I probably should switch where those rods are at. I should get that big mackerel head out deep and then switch that night crawler up over to the little mouth of the cove here. I just don't think there's decent fish in this part of the lake. You know, like the 80-20 rule. 80% of the fish are in 20% of the lake. I think I'm on the backwards end of that, and I think 20% of the fish are in this part of the lake. The other 80% are somewhere else. I got a bunch of pre-tied Santee rigs. They're sitting on the patio table because I grabbed them this morning to bring them and I forgot them. I think those would have worked pretty okay here. And it's fucking hot out here today too. I'm sitting in the shade and I'm sweating balls. I really want to come over here and like yank a bunch of the freaking sticks and stuff out of here. Make this place a little more amenable to shore fishing. Like even the boat ramp here is a pain in the ass. Like you can only come and go one way out of the boat ramp because there's trees in the water right behind the boat ramp. So you got like once you launch your boat, you got like 40 feet behind you before you back into a tree. And the way the wind blows, it naturally blows you into the dock. So when you back up off the boat ramp, it's natural to want to make like a left turn and go out that channel to your left. But there's rocks. And unless you know about those rocks, you're going to run your freaking boat aground on those rocks right there in that little channel. So you have to back up and back all the way out past the trees and shit into the main lake to launch your boat here. It's a pain in the freaking ass. That's another reason I didn't bring the boat today, because it's such a pain in the ass to launch here and to load and to even get like back on the trailer. It's a pain in the ass because the way the wind blows. They need to redo the boat ramp here. Like they have another boat ramp in this lake, but they closed it off and there's nowhere to park over there. So I'd have to launch the boat way over there on the other side of the lake, come back over where I'm parked now, and then walk back to the freaking boat, which is like, it's a good half-mile walk. It just goes to show how freaking ass backwards the county is. They really need to redo this boat ramp. Or at least come out here and remove the trees that are blocking the boat ramp, because the way the trees are, you almost have to get your trailer in the water at a gnarly angle. Like you almost have to jackknife the trailer to get it to where you can actually drive up onto the trailer with the boat. It's a stupid setup. But it does keep a lot of people from fishing here, and I'm cool with that because this is my home lake. So the less people that fish here, the better, the better for me. But I really wish they would just fix the ramp. And we really don't get very much rainwater up here, so the lake drops quick. Like in the summertime, this lake drops a couple, 3, 4, 5 feet. Let me see if I can. All right. Chat keeps freezing up on me. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. Let's get this channel blasted out. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers this week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but baby steps, The fish have just totally shut off. I think here in a minute I'm going to switch up the placement of all the rods. I got my big rod more towards the shallows and my small rod out towards the deep. Kind of ass backwards. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's 6 of you in here watching. Should I switch up the bait? I have shrimp, squid, night crawlers, mackerel, and bread that I can throw out for the cat or the carp. What do you guys think? What should I throw on next? What should be our next bait that we try? This mackerel head's not doing anything. Right now I got the rod closest to the camera has a mackerel head, and the one on the other side has a night crawler. I've got hits on both, but that mackerel head's like whatever hits that, it's gonna be a big fish. Let's see, I gotta check this text to get the Sorry guys, the wife keeps texting me. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I might try a shrimp. I might have to try a shrimp. So far, I've got one fish on the night crawler, but that's it. I've got some hits on the mackerel head, but and I do have a nice big fat bloody chunk of mackerel left, so yeah, I think I will switch it up to the shrimp. I'll go for that. I don't think I've ever thrown shrimp in this lake. He's still moving. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw this dude back out where I was catching. I'll give it a minute, and then I'll switch it up. But I am gonna move this mackerel. Damn it. It's hard to fish the spot because of the way everything's set up. This went right through the trees again. That's already snagged into a tree. Got snagged up and tied my braid in a knot. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I gotta cut and retie everything. There's no getting this knot out of the braid. I gotta cut everything off and retie it. I'm gonna pain in the ass. There's just so many snags over here. Smoke and Grow Frazier, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. All right. Gotta retie because fucking there's a whole goddamn forest at the bottom of this lake. It's like every time you cast, you catch a goddamn oak tree. I really want to move spots, but there's nowhere else that's got even any shade whatsoever. So I'm kind of stuck where I'm at unless I want to go sit baking in the sun. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. Let's see if we can actually make YouTube push this freaking channel out. Apparently they don't like me. They don't like to push my channel. I gotta start using a stronger hook here too, because each time I catch one of these trees, I bend a hook. I think what it is with YouTube not promoting me so much is that I haven't been as consistent as I should be with putting out content. We did a side-by-side the other night. I posted a short and the wife posted the exact same short. Nothing about it was different. Everything we posted was the exact same. Her short got like almost 5,000 views. Mine got 5. Not 5,000, not 500, 5. So that kind of tells me YouTube hates me. Oh, I'm getting low on leader line here. Right? I mean, that's kind of fucked up. I don't know if it's the fact that her channel's like brand new, so they're kind of prioritizing it or something, but you would think the fact that my channel is a lot older than hers, I would get pushed out a little more, but I mean, it was the exact same short. Same title, same everything. All right, I'm switching this up to a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. I got 30-pound braid for my main line. Ah, shit. You know what's weird is so I'm the manager mod for her channel, and I cannot comment on her shorts. I can comment on her long videos, but I can't even see the comments for her short videos, let alone make my own comment. I don't know if that's like a YouTube thing or what, but something's screwed up there. That's got to change. All right. Leader tied on. Now I got to figure out what hook I'm going to use for the... What do you think? Should I go for a shrimp? Oh, yeah. What are you spooling up with, Jackson? I'll go for this. I need to get some more circle hooks. All right. hopefully, hopefully I can get a freaking catfish on a shrimp. That big chunk of mackerel I got out there ain't doing shit for me. Maybe a shrimp will. I mean, I can't be doing any worse than can't do any worse than I already am. Nice, 12 and 15. You going braid or you going like mono or fluoro or? All my rods have braid for my main line. All right. Let's see what we can do with a shrimp. God damn. This just does not want to stay on the freaking hook. All fluoro. Nice. I might probably need a bigger hook. All right, let's see what this does. Throw a shrimp out there, see what happens. Exactly as I thought. Fucking shrimp went one way, the freaking hook went the other. I mean, if your bait flies off, is that considered chumming? I gotta go wash my hands off in the water here.